My name is Roland Pick and I'm the Media and Communications Executive with Phillip Island Nature Parks. Welcome to the Antarctic Journey at the Nobbies, situated at the western end of the Summerland Peninsula here on Phillip Island. The Nobbies Centre has actually been here for many years, but for the last several years we've actually had this unused, fairly derelict space downstairs. It's always been crying out for some kind of development to be able to bring more visitors to the island on a year-round basis. We were certainly of the opinion that digital was the way that we had to go. Being an internal space and obviously with the proliferation of digital media worldwide, it just seemed like a completely perfect fit to use the space for a digital and what we hoped would be an immersive experience. Several years ago we actually started discussions with WWF Australia to give us not only a knowledge base but also access to a recognised and internationally recognised global brand. And WWF being so active in Antarctica, it just seemed an absolutely perfect fit to marry all of those together. So Phillip Island Nature Parks, WWF Australia, telling a story about Antarctica.
I'm Bruce Brown from Mental Media. I'm a director of Mental Media and the technical director for the project. We were commissioned to provide turnkey multimedia. The final installation comprises two separate spaces. One is called the lab, the other is the immersive space. The lab is an interactive space which basically explores both physical interactives and digital interactives, which explores various aspects of the Antarctic. There's a touch table using a Displax capacitive film projected onto the top of the table with a Panasonic projector. There are video microscopes, there's sound effects, various buttons that people can push and things that people can play with to engage, especially for younger people. The immersive space itself is quite different. It comprises 8 large screens, all with HD projection. We had to work with very short throw. Most of the screens are very big, 6 metres. Some of the screens are smaller. Where we've got a smaller screen, we've used a smaller projector. 6,000 ANSI lumen for the big projectors, 3,500 ANSI lumen for the smaller projectors. We're projecting at an angle of 10 degrees, leaning forward and leaning backward in some cases. So the geometry was quite challenging. And went through several iterations before we could actually squeeze the projectors into the right positions to be able to hit the screens. One of the project partners is the World Wildlife Fund, and one of the imperatives from the beginning was that we create an energy efficient installation. So that automatically led us towards laser projectors. I've been using Panasonic projectors for some time. I find they're quite reliable, cost effective. I have a good relationship with the guys at Panasonic, so I felt comfortable using the product. They also were the only ones with the ultra short throw lens, which we used on 4 of the big screens, so that we could get a big image that people could walk right up to.
One of the great results of this investment has been an engagement with visitors to come down at different times of the year to when they normally would. Phillip Island is a fairly seasonal destination, as a holiday destination, and what this has done is it has actually given people an extra reason to come to the island off-season, in the middle of winter if you want to, because it's all inside, and it's given people another reason to come here. And it's just a wonderful opportunity to be able to keep sending that message and tell that story, that conservation through education, and the difference that we as individuals can actually make. And we can all make a difference. We can actually do something every day to make a difference to the planet.